Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to bring you a Dollar Tree Monogram shadow box. So I'll be using mostly Dollar Tree items. So I'm going to start out with this $3 square that is in the plus section of Dollar Tree. And we're going to use that as our shadow box. Now I have some gray acrylic paint I'm going to water down, and I'm going to use it like it is a stain. And we're going to stain our box. The front, the back, the sides, the frame, everything. So I'm just mixing the acrylic paint with some water. So I'm just going to go along and put it on, and then I have a piece of cloth, and actually it's a drop cloth that I'll be using to wipe it down. So now I'm going to do the outside edges, and then I'll do the back. So I'm just spreading it on with my paintbrush and then wiping it down with my drop cloth. And now we're going to put together our Monogram shadow box. So I cut these off out on my Cricut maker. And there's 5 different sheets of paper. And now I have this foam rounds that I got. Well, they're not rounds, but the tape from Dollar Tree. Now the cardstock I got years ago. I want to say probably Big Lots or something like that, but you can use whatever cardstock you have. I set, this is a Monogram one that I got off of Design Space, and in order for it to fit best in the shadow box that I got from Dollar Tree, I made it 10.25 inches square. Now it doesn't go all the way to the edges of the shadow box, so you might want to make it 10.35. I haven't tried that yet, but 10.25 was a little short. So if you wanted to make it larger to fit more in the box, you could do that. And then I just used those foam rolls from the Dollar Tree to put on the back of my pieces. And there's 3 different sizes in the package. I have a skinny, a medium, and a larger size. And I'm using the larger size right now. That piece there was a little boogered to weed. But other than that, it was pretty easy. So there are 5 sheets of the cardstock. And I'm just putting the foam all the way around the edges. So you have $3 in your shadow box, you have $1.25 in your foam, and then whatever you spend on your cardstock, plus your paint that you use for your stain. So it's really not too bad. When you put this together, you want to make sure you line up your edges. I did use up all the wider foam for on this piece here, so that thicker roll, I've already used it. So then we're gonna go to the thinner roll, I think. Just trying to make sure that I have this in the right direction. Sorry about my head getting in the way, but I wanted to make sure that I get these edges even. So I had to stand up and put it together. So as you should know, my last name is Yonke, so I did the Y. They have every alphabet in the design space. And I just did a search in images and typed in shadow box. Now for this one, I do put tape in the center there, the line that's going across the Y, I believe. Yep, here it is. You probably don't have to do that. I believe this was the medium-sized tape that I was using. Or it might have been the skinnier one, I don't know. But one package did this, this whole shadow box. So everything was from the Dollar Tree except for the cardstock. And I know they do sell cardstock, so you could use theirs, or you could, it's probably cheaper to get it elsewhere, really. So I did use some vinyl and cut out our last name, which is Yonke. And I'm putting that in the center of the last piece to the shadow box, which is the top portion. So when you're putting these pieces together, you want to make sure you put your bottom pieces on first and then your top piece on last. So you go from the bottom up. But I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but I like it. Now, I did get some paint splatter on this where the name is, so I decided to, in order to cover that up. We'll just make it part of it. So I'm just getting some more of the paint that I watered down and this brush that I'm flicking to get other paint splatter on the front, on that top piece of cardstock, because I didn't know what else to do. So I thought, oh, well, this will work. So what happened was, I guess there was some paint on my table, and when I turned my piece over, I got paint where the name is. So I decided to make it part of it by putting paint splatter on that top piece of cardstock. And I dried it with my heat gun. And now I'm putting the skinniest foam pieces on this foam tape. So I just put it on the outer edges of this piece here. You pull the backing off, and these foam pieces really want to stick to you. So this piece is ready to attach. And you can see that gray splatter paint right in the middle of the name there. I'm just lining up the edges again. I think that's turned out pretty good. I like it. You can use whatever color paper you want. Mine are purples and some pink. And see, that fits pretty good down in the box there. It's a little smaller really than what I wanted. Like I said, I did 10 1/4 inches. You might want to do a little bit more to make yours fit better. And now I'm just going to take the middle-sized foam tape there, and I'm going to put them in the corners so that I can stick it into the shadow box there. And then I'm going to put a piece in the center also. And this will hold it in the box with no problems. I just want to make sure I get it in there straight. So I don't press it down yet. I'm just trying to get it to where it needs to go. Now I'm just going to press it down. Now you can leave it like this if you want to make it as a leaner. But if you want to hang it, I'm going to use this jute from the Dollar Tree. And I just cut a piece off and put a knot on the end there. And then I have these gray beads that I'm using. They came from Walmart, not last year, but the year before. It's some of their Christmas garland. And so I'm just using those beads. I'm putting 12 beads on there. You want to use an even amount of beads so that when you go hang it up, you have an even amount on either side or on both sides. So I have 12 beads there. I'm just going to hot glue the jute to the back. Tie a knot on the other end and trim it off. And glue that down with some hot glue. And then I have a little piece of drop cloth that I'm going to put on either jute string there just to help hold it down. So I'm going to put quite a bit of hot glue on that. I'll put it along the sides of the jute and on top of it. Kind of smush it around. And do the same thing to the other side. Smushy, smushy. And there it is. I love it. What do you guys think? So here it is hanging on my wall. And I actually have it over in my house hanging on the wall. I love it. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and hey guys, I have 493 subscribers. If you could help me get to 500, I would greatly appreciate it. And I want to thank each and every one of you who watches my channel. And feel free to share with your friends and family. See you in the next